I decided to do a pop-in right now to see who is around and who wants to hang out for a little while. I'm going to be on for, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, and I got a couple of things I need to show everyone. We're working on the AMT. I messed up the, as you can see, I messed up the fenders doing all this, or the mud flaps doing all this, so I got to pull this one back off. So this one's also loose, so I'm going to have to retighten that up. Okay, but let me try to explain what I had to do here now. I've already gone through the instructions and know where the instructions that I'm doing literally shows exactly how I'm supposed to be doing this. Now, I'm just going to kind of like take a picture of this later, and I'll put it up on the screen for like Wednesday's video so everybody can see this. Let me let Paul know I'm on. And see if he wants to come pop in. Alright, I told him I'd be on. But anyways, got to show you guys this. I was having a problem getting the, I don't know, I can't believe I'm saying this, getting the hood. Let me turn this around so you guys can see what's going on. Okay, I was having a problem. Get these parts off, because these are the parts, these are the parts here, I'll show you in a minute, that are the culprits of why I was having such a problem. Alright, with this kit, it shows on the instructions, I've got them right here, and I can show you later on if you want, or I can show you right now. Don't know if you can see it real well. I'm going to pull this off, though, so maybe you can. Okay, right here, this piece right here, as well as that piece right there, shows where the cab mount locations go, okay? Now, there's only two spots that these can go, because this one has a cutting in the frame that sits down in. This one has a bubble on the outside of the frame that it's supposed to sit on. Now, I put both of those exactly where they showed on the instructions. Now, mind you, this is the rear cab mount. Okay, this is number, let's see where I can find number of that one at. I showed you a different one so that I could show you where it was being located. Let me find the one that shows me where I'm putting the chassis together. Hold on. I want to show everybody that. That's where I want to show everybody, because it shows me right where to put it. Shows the little tiny opening on the inside of the chassis. Okay, here we go. Here we go, here we go. Okay, now, on this one, this is number 3, and I'm way back at 6 or 7 now, okay? Now, this is instructions number 3. Now, I'm going to try to walk you through this. Now, this is the front cab mount, okay? It goes up underneath the frame and comes in and connects into these little notches on the inside of the frame. Okay, this is the back cab support. It goes on 2 little knobs that are on the outside of the chassis. So this one goes up and over the top, and this one goes underneath the bottom and comes up with these 2 pins that it sits on, that the cab sits on. Now, where they had me put these were here. Okay, I'm going to show you here, right here. There's one, and I'm not going to put the other one on, but you can see it right here. Okay, look, you can see it right here. Okay, the one that goes on top was here, okay? You can see the white lines, okay? That's where it was, okay? I had to pop it off. I'll show you why in a minute. This one was here, okay? Now it goes up underneath and clips up on top, and these sit on top of the channel, okay? That's where these white things are here. I had to pull these off too, so I got to sand all these down now, okay? After fully being almost ready to start doing the cab and getting it put into place, and I'm glad I noticed this now. Okay, now, the cab, if you put the supports where they say it goes, the cab sits, you know, it sits up the height right, but it sits back to there. Now, that's the gap you have putting the cab supports where they're telling you to put them. That's the gap I'm left with. That's the gap I was left with when I tried to put the cab on properly. Okay, all the mock-ups didn't matter. The cab was what was mattering when I was going to do the mock-ups, and they weren't lining up because I was literally sitting the bottom of the interior bucket on top of those 2, as opposed to in the pins where they're supposed to be. When I put them in the pins where they were supposed to be for permanent, getting ready to glue them, it was a 1/4 of an inch back. The front, where the firewall goes and the little lip is for the hood to rest on, was a 1/4 of an inch back. Look at that gap. That's the gap that I was left with. So now, I had to take those 2 brackets off. The under bracket that holds literally goes right into these 2 pins right here on the bottom. There's these 2 holes. One goes in one side, and voila, one goes in the other side. Okay, so basically each one of these pins sits on top of the rails, and goes inside here, which puts the front end exactly where it's supposed to go, which is up here. Okay, like so. That's where it's supposed to go. Okay, it's supposed to go like that. You can see that very well. Now, hey, Paul, I always test, I always did, and like I said, if it hadn't have been the freaking chassis 3 instructions ago, I'd have caught it. Yep, nope, I know, but I was to the point to where I checked everything, and I even took the interior out, sat the interior on it without the hood on, because remember, I was having problems getting the pins to work earlier, the hood pins. As you see, I got them to work perfectly fine. Okay, I found out why that was too, and I'll explain that in a minute. But basically, this was sitting back here, where the opening of the interior, where the firewall actually sits, where's my firewall at? So this is what made me notice it. This is what really made me notice it. Now, this is the firewall. Okay, this firewall sits right down in here like so. So when I put the firewall in and I put the pins in, it made me realize that nothing was going to line up. It just wasn't going to sit right. See, it's just breaking everything apart. It's not going to sit. So I decided to do a little bit of investigation. Hey, Jeff, how are you? I popped in. I'm a little frustrated at the moment at 10:30 at night almost. I was slinging some plastic, and I felt I needed to tell someone other than myself before I throw my kit. So I'm moving both of those brackets forward, mind you, not backwards, but forwards, 1/4 of a freaking inch. So now that means I can put my separator back onto my sleeper and put my sleeper on the back of the cab where it's supposed to go, as opposed to trying to marry them 1-to-1. It'll actually have that 1/4 inch space it's supposed to have. But AMT did it again, because there's little knobs right here on these white spots on my frame. There was a little knob. I cut it off. There was a little knob here, and then there was this little inside here. You can even probably still see it inside here. Probably not with the hood up, huh? Okay, but right, I'm going to try to get you guys to see it. Right inside the chassis right there, there's that little notch. That's where this piece was supposed to hook up and go around and click into. Now, I've trimmed out the notch pieces so it doesn't have to have a notch, and I'm going to put it where it's supposed to go. Wish me luck here, because I got to get this thing back around here without breaking it for the second time. Now, this was all done prior to me painting this damn chassis, too. Dang chassis, excuse me. All right, so I'm going to bring this around here. Try not to break the dang thing off. This was the hard part to begin with. Okay, now, I'm going to bring this up here and show you right where it was supposed to go. It was supposed to, it shows in the instructions that it sits right there. Nope. It sits more like up here. Same thing with the back brace. It doesn't sit on the prongs like it was supposed to. It sits forward of the prongs where I was supposed to. Now, if I do all that, everything lines up. My problem is getting these pins to line up exactly where I want them on the chassis and still be able to see underneath to be able to get it to do. So my idea is to go ahead and put the bucket on and get it lined up into place, and get this lined up into place with just the bucket on. So we should be okay with that. So I'm just moving it up just a hair. It was just a hair off. Like I said, maybe not even, maybe a 1/16 of an inch. Yeah, that's about what it was, about a 1/16 of an inch. So basically it was the same width as the actual bracket that goes across it, that it actually needs to go forward a little bit. So I'm probably going to end up cutting off the bottom piece and just super gluing these 2 studs, so to speak, into place, because they have stuff that goes down on the side too. So be aware of that with this kit. I don't know if it's just this issue, or if it's previous issues or whatever, new issues or whatever, but there is definitely a problem with lining the hood, the interior, and the cab up for sure. None of those 2 brackets do not line up for their interior, so I'm sorry, but that's crap. I love my AMTs, but that's crap. So I'm going to literally just put it right there, just like right up forward of it, and my measurements by eye seem to think, yeah, I'm measuring it by eye now, guys, okay? Seem to tell me that that is where it's going to go. I'm trying not to make it fall off every time I touch it, because I don't want it to break. So that's going to go there and there. Right. Okay, so I can do that. I can make these things just be glued to the bottom of this and sit it wherever I want. I think I might drill a couple of holes and actually put that into there as well, so I can put it wherever I want to, okay? That's my fix idea. What do you think? Now again, I'm going to run it by you again. This is supposed to go underneath the chassis. Chassis goes into here. This sits on the chassis rails. Okay? Now what I want to do is I want to cut just the bracket, the L bracket here, and the brace bracket off of this bottom bracket, and glue them to the side. Glue them pins to here. Got it? So now when I sit this on there, it will sit directly on these two. I'm going to go with it. And then I'm going to drill little holes in here, center this, you know, put it on here. Make sure to put it on here first, of course. Get it right where I want it. Mark it on the bottom of this, and then this will make everything else sit and line up, because this is what actually makes the cab line up with the hood. So, if I did that correctly on my measurements just on my eyeballs, literally this thing should sit right up there up against that. Now I'm going to put the firewall in first to make sure it's going to go that far forward. So, hello guys, I just figured I'd come run in and show everybody this wonderful, wonderful AMT problem I ran into. Thought you guys might be interested to know if anybody built. Have either one of you built this? Paul, Jeff, either one of you built it? Yeah, I know it's an AMT, man. I love AMT. You know me, most of my kits are AMT. I love the challenge, but this annoyed the crap out of me because I didn't notice it. And you know me with AMT, I know to check stuff out, man. I mean, I may not be the best model builder in the world, but I'm smart enough to know when to check crap out. And I know when if it says AMT on the box, I'm checking it out. But when I put everything together, it seemed to be fine. So let me make sure that the firewall can go back on there where I want it to, and it can still close down. Yes, okay, so that'll work fine too. Okay, so the firewall will fit fine too. All right, so let's do that. I'm not ready to put the interior in, but there you go, guys. That's what I figured out. So I will not be on tomorrow, but I will be on YouTube again here on Wednesday. But I'm going to decided that I'd pop in tonight and just do a little bit of a show tonight because I'm not going to be tomorrow. So I'm going to have to pop out in a minute and put my youngest down for the night, and then I will be back. That's about 10 minutes away. And then I'll be back to do some more building. So if you guys could just hang on for that, I'd appreciate it. All right, well, guess what? Watch the green one, because that's the one I got. I'm telling you, watch the green one. Like I said, I don't know if it's just this, you know, I don't know if it's the mold or what the deal is, but I was having such a problem telling you guys. I couldn't believe that it was way back here, and I mean, there was such a gap. I mean, you could literally look down at the thing and see the engine. It was like crazy. I was like, are you kidding me? Okay, now, my problem with the pins for the hood, that was a my boo-boo. I was trying to put the pins on the outside facing in towards the chassis as opposed to putting them on the inside facing out. Did that make any sense? There's little knobs on it that got to go in the rail. And another thing, the reason I know that this is the correct way that I'm trying to do it now is because the hood, literally, on the chassis has the round portholes for the brackets that go on the hood. So the hood literally has to line up perfectly on the front of the chassis because that's where the holes are. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's no way to move anything back and forth. And you can see my radiator lined perfectly right up, my radiator hose lined up, all my drive shaft and stuff lined up, so there was nothing in that area that I might have screwed up. I was even thinking maybe I messed up the bracket or something, you know, cross member. So I want to do the L700. I want to do the Ford with the plow. I want to do the dump truck with the plow. Butthole. I still love you, brother. You know I do. I want to see it built, though, man. I want to see. You know, you got to start doing some of these streams, man. You're doing a lot of building. That was a lot of videos you just did in the past 2 weeks. You know that, right? That would be probably 20 videos for me to put out here on YouTube. You know that? Did you record any of them? No, Bozer. I'm busting your chops, brother. I know you know that. All right, so I'm just going to kind of like, and I'm going to wait to touch up the chassis until I'm fully sure that I have everything the way I want it here. This is craziness, man. But guess what? You really got to love slinging plastic, especially if after you do something like this and you see something like this, you still go buy another AMT kit. Which I do believe my next 2 kits I have in my thing is AMT. And then I have a couple of Tamayas. I have an airplane and a helicopter from Tamaya that I'm got my thing. So I'll probably be getting that around birthday or Christmas. Alright, so like I said, I'm just trying to smooth it out so you don't notice where it's supposed to be. I'm not even going to fill in the notch. I thought about just getting some putty out, and then I said, you know what, what's the difference? It's going to be underneath the cab. Nobody's going to see it. Alright, so that glue's off of there. It's pretty smooth on both sides. Got a little bit there. I got to get off the top piece so it doesn't look bubbled up there. And then I can touch up the paint. But the kit, otherwise that, you know, earlier during the build, I kept bragging about how easy the kit was going together and how everything was going so good. I should have known better. I should have known AMT was going to strike back sooner or later. Right, that feels like it's still bumped up a bit. I had to pull my dang tanks off. My tanks were already on. Man. I sat down and went, okay, let's play a little bit. I wasn't even going to go online. I was just going to sit here and throw plastic like, you know, a normal human being does. Well, a normal model anyways. Alright, oh, I see more on that side that needs to go. So once I clean all this up, I will literally build the... Tried to get a hold of Rob as well. Alright, brother, I love you, man. No, and no, yeah, I know. I love you, brother. Be safe, have a good night, thanks for popping in. I just wanted, like I said, I thought I would show this up on live here and so people can see what's going on. This was just a shocker to me. I figured I'd hit you with it. You'd get a kick out of it. Yeah, me too. I just realized, you know what I just realized? I don't have a place to put this one. I don't have a place to put the 32. I don't have a place to put the tank. I dang sure don't have a place to put a Freightliner stretched out camper, scratch built, and I don't have a place to put anything new that I get. So I'm literally, I brought home some plywood and some forms the other day, some trim forms the other day. So I'm hoping to be able to, how should I say, do what I want to do. Now, should I build the interior first or put the pegs in first? I at least want to get an idea of where I'm going to have to put them. So I really need to put the firewall in, but I can't do that until I get the interior ready to go in. So I guess I'm building the interior right now, guys, because I got it all painted and ready. I do want to do a few detailing, but I can do that. I can take it back apart and do that once I get it all squared away. Put all my parts. I put all my parts away too because I was done for tonight, and I don't want my cat to play with them. So now you know I'm pulling all my parts back out, right? 10:15 at night. I'm going back to slinging plastic when I gotta get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. The life of a plastic slinger. Love it. Gotta love it. Yes. Hey, Matt. Okay, well, yeah, I'm basically relocating the cab mount so that everything works. Long story short, I had everything together, even had the fuel tanks on, was getting ready to start doing, you know, the base detail. I even thought about maybe just doing some decals tonight and shooting that out there. But no, of course, when I went to test fit to make sure, before I built the interior and everything together, I went to test fit the cab to the hood, which gave me an hour fit getting it to go on and work right. But as you see, I've got it working perfectly fine. It even does a little notch to lock in place. Now the cab can't go anywhere or the hood can't go anywhere but right where it sits because the actual mounting brackets that the pins go in are literally formed into the chassis. So there's only one place it can go. So I know that the front end of that is correct. Okay, you understand what I'm saying? From the front to where it lays on the engine. When I put the hood and the cab together, sat everything correctly, I had a 1/4 inch gap, like that, Matthew, okay, basically, okay? Now, that's where they told me to put all the cab mounts, okay? Which were leaving me a 1/4 inch. So basically, I had to take my fuel tanks off, make sure I didn't screw up my hood, had to take both the cab mounts off, one that went up and underneath the chassis and one that went across the top of the chassis. Both of those off, and now I'm having to fabricate them to do what I need them to do, probably about a 1/16 of an inch forward. How's that for? Is that good? Did I do that okay, Jeff? Yes, I'm a bit annoyed. And I am literally going to, because of the fact that it's such a pain in the rump to get it to stay maybe I could do that with okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to cut those off and put them to the bottom, but I really need to so I can put them where I want them. So I'm going to go ahead and cut these off and put these in the bottom. That should be pretty cool to have them set on. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm also putting the bracket, I'm also going to drill holes in the bottom of the truck to put the rear mount on so that the rear mount stays on place. And then I'm going to go ahead and go back and clean up my spacer and put my spacer back on my sleeper because I don't need to remove it anymore. I'll clean up my fuel tanks again and put them back on for the second time, and as well as my fenders. So luckily I hadn't put the battery boxes on or nothing, so had to pull the cab mounts off and everything. The sleeper mounts, I was just like, it was frustrating as crap about 2 hours ago, man. Welcome to AMT and model building, guys. And yes, you guys saw pictures of, I literally test fit everything and everything where it was. But like I said, what I was doing was I was sitting the cab on top of the mounts as opposed to down in the little holes it was supposed to go in. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was able to go backwards and not realize it. So I need now to fix that all up, which I'm doing now. So you guys get to watch that, and then I'll put the, you know what, I'm going to do that after I get the interior built. Cha-cha-cha. Interior. Yes, my son, it's time. Okay, guys, got to give me like 5 minutes, and I'll be right back, okay? Don't go nowhere. If you want, I can flip you around again. I'll be right back. Oh, I did the R model Mac. The only one I had a problem with was getting the fuel tank brackets didn't line up on that. I remember that. Yep. You got water bottle out here, right? Where? What's it? Hang on, guys, I'm coming. Oh, yeah. Take it. I'm right there, buddy. Hang on, I'm coming. All right, I'm coming, guys. All right, intermission time, guys. That was your intermission. That's all you're getting. That's it. Get back to work. I have a Peterbilt record, but I'm not sure, Jeff. It's the one that you're describing to me, or if sure which one it is. I do have a Peterbilt record. Is it the older one, or is it a newer one? Because I don't think I have any jack pads or jack stands on the back of this one. It's just a boom chuck. I mean, it's not like the it's not like the big. So yeah, I got a Peterbilt, but I'm not sure it's the one that you're talking about, Jeff. So I'm literally trying to, you know what I just found the other day? I thought I was looking for. I needed my file. That was perfect. Look at that. All right, so I'm gonna file a lip into this so that when I put it on, it stays. And then I'm gonna go to the interior. I'm just gonna get these things ready to be put on. So when the interior is ready, I may even do this on camera tomorrow, but I'll probably just record it. I probably won't. Oh, that worked nice. That worked nice. Oh yeah, that worked nice. Awesome. That worked out nice. I didn't think it would. Yeah, that's about right. Right about where they had it. Should work. Tell you guys, if you don't have a triangle file, you guys got to get you one. These things are awesome. Perfect. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to move the back. I'm going to move the back brace forward. I mean, it's no more than the actual brace width that I'm moving it forward, but it's enough to close that gap and allow me to literally sit everything on properly. So now I got to drill. I don't know if I got a big enough bit though. Maybe that'll do it. That's probably going to be too big, huh? Yeah, that's a bit big. All right, so what else do I got here? What do I got here? Let's see. I can use this one. That one should do it. All right, now I got to figure out a way to mark it on the bottom of the. Yeah, that's it. All right, I got the right one. That's one. Okay, so that one will do it. So I'm going to drill holes, kind of similar to what they've got here, but I'm going to drill them for this and put this into place here, and then set it onto the chassis. Because if I get this squared, and I know that the transmission center of the box is right where that line is for the transmission. I'll take a measurement to make sure, but then I'm just going to center those two hooks right there, and that should make it sit square on there. Once it's in here, the whole cab should just sit right down onto the chassis without any issue. Please. That's my idea anyways. How about that? Like I said, I wasn't planning on going in, guys, but this was, I was just sitting here building, so I'm glad you guys come around and hung out. You got to see it. So if you do build it later on, you know what's going on. Earlier in the earlier video, I have 3 videos out now from today to YouTube. I have this mornings, I have this evenings, and I have late night tonight, 10 o'clock. So if you guys haven't seen the other 2, go check those out. They're already put out there on YouTube, as well as all last week's stuff, guys. I wouldn't. You know what? Let me see this. That the one you're talking about? How about that? Just tell me that. If that's not the one you're talking about, that's the only Pete tow truck I got. I don't know if you were sitting there when you saw that or not, but is that the Pete you're talking about? What I just showed? Alright, so here's all my interior stuff. That's not interior, and that's not interior, so those go back in. So, like I said, I already painted my interior. I got a saddle brown is what I chose to go with. I thought that would look pretty good inside the cab. It would kind of show off the darkness inside the cab. Like I said, I got the windows already in. The window fits pretty good for an AMT, I guess you could say. But you really have to press it in hard to get it to really seat in the forward by the windshield. But it does fit really snug. I didn't even have to use any glue in it. And when I put the cab in it, it's going to hold it up into place. So that's pretty cool that I didn't have to glue it. So, you know, if I need to pop it out and paint the truck later on, I can. You know, it shouldn't be that big of a deal. See, it just pops right out. You know, so, but it fits nice and snug enough inside the cab roof. I mean, really snug. You can hear it squeezing into the plastic. So, it was pretty good. I didn't even glue it. Yes, that one. Okay. I don't know the footsteps you're talking about. Let me get it and bring it back down here, and you can tell me what you're looking at, what you're looking for. Excuse the dust now. It's been sitting out for a while. All right, what are we looking for? Oh, I forgot I had that little hook there. I fell off. Okay, so this one I built a long time ago. Excuse all the dust, guys. But this is one of my first. Really nice. I thought it was a great build. I used some bamboo. I had a rake and shovel and stuff. Oh, here it is. It was on the dump truck when I sold it to. And when I sold it to Dave, and I told him it wasn't part of it was part of this. I just threw it on that for a little effect. All right, there we go. And I threw an extra barrel on here to boot. That's all I did. Oh, okay, okay. I was just trying to show you. This is what I've got. The steps here. That's a Freightliner step. I don't know what that's doing on here. Probably fell off the Freightliner and I haven't put it back on yet. I was trying to help, bro. I'm sorry. The steps. There's the only steps that I have here are one that goes over the fuel tank fill cap, and the other side I think does the same thing. No, the other side is battery box, and I don't think I made that open either. Or did I? I'm not going to start popping it. I'll probably pop stuff. All right, let me put it back then. I was just trying to give you... Yeah, I got it. We did it. I did it. And I was just going through all the videos and stuff of... on my YouTube, going way back into 2020, when I first started the channel. Excuse me. I think it was February 2021 when I started the channel. I actually started doing full lives and stuff. I created the channel probably about, I don't know, a week before I started doing my lives. And it says I did lives every night, sometimes 3 times a night when I first started the group. But that was all I was doing. I wasn't doing Facebook lives and stuff. So, alright. I want to scratch out these. So I need my light, guys. I really need one of them lights with a big old magnifying glass on it, but I don't have it, so I'll do with what I got. I'm just gonna try to like get the brown out of here, so I can drop a little drop of black here and there to kind of blacken out. Like they've got the interior with it looking like it's got a blacked out dash with wood background. Like it's got like night glow lights on the background of the gauges, so I kind of want to do the same basic principle. Just alright, so let's see, we're getting there. I need to break out my magnifying glass to see what I got next to do. I know what these 6 are, I've done these before. Alright, that was not quite round. I'm not pressing down, I'm just hitting it good enough for to pop off the paint, because it was only painted today. So it's not really majorly set on there, so it's still kind of brittle. And it's working pretty good, actually. Actually surprised at how well it is coming off. Alright, let me get my magnifying glass to see what other stuff I have here. Alright, I got 3 big ones. Looks like. And a couple of small buttons underneath, it looks like. Okay. Let's get the 3 big ones done. And we'll go from there. I had a stick with a small piece of sandpaper, wet sandpaper to it, wet dry, at the end of a stick, and I was using it for that, but I broke it. I just haven't done a new one yet, so I just carried back on with this. I read your comment. I wasn't ignoring you. When I can get more light on it, I'll definitely look tomorrow though for what you're saying. I'll come back to the video and check out the comments, and I'll look at it for you. I don't mind doing it. If I can help, I will. I don't know if you guys can hear me okay or not. Oh, yes you can. You answered my question. I'm sorry. It's late for this old boy. But like I said, when I realized what was going on with this AMT kit, I just felt the urge to make a live video of the problems that AMT couldn't cause and how to kind of fix things sometimes. You just got to think out of the box, literally. Alright, I got not all the rims on this, so I'm going to use a piece of, to make it rounded, I'm going to use a Q-tip with a little water on it, and I'll finish rounding it out. I just want to get the big stuff off first. So, that's pretty cool. It's coming out okay. I really need to figure out how to make a chrome. I ran out my dang Molotov. I ran out of chrome freaking paint, man. I can't touch up my chrome. I gotta get some new chrome. I mean, I got it. I guess I could use the one I got at the jug. I got a chrome in the jug, but it's like metallic chrome. A bottle of metallic chrome that I made. Well, that I thinned. Alright, well, that's the start of the... you can't see that, Joe. Not like that. You gotta love it, guys. I'm sorry. No, I can't find it. Look at it in front of me. Okay. There we go. That better. Alright, I got all the little gauges cleaned up, almost cleaned up ready for me to do other things too. And I got the dashboard already done, ready to rock. I'll just have to touch it up. Like I said, I kind of tried to do a bit of a wood grain two-tone a little bit. I've still got to clean up the inside of a little bit and touch everything up. But it did come out pretty nice. I don't think it's going to look too shabby. Did I do my interior? Did I leave it in here? Yep. So I don't think it's going to look too shabby. It should be pretty cool. It really should look nice once I get everything in there. And I get a little bit of accent in there. I think it'll look okay. Yeah, it'll be fine. I'll do all the touch-ups and stuff I need to do after I get it inside. I just realized there's a spot here I needed to finish. So I guess I talked to Steve tonight about the steampunk build that we're supposed to be doing, but he didn't mention it. I know he works hard, so I don't want to I don't want to bombard him with it. But I'm ready to do it whenever you are, Steve. I know you watch these videos, so Steve, whenever you're ready to do that steampunk build, brother, you just message me. I'll grab it. Again, I don't have my messenger on my phone, guys, so I will be doing all good mornings from here from my computer. So if you say good morning back to me and I don't instantly respond, that's because I walked away from my computer, guys, and I don't have my phone on me. Alright, I know there is a green light and a yellow light on this dashboard, as well as the black gauges, or the black backing of the gauges anyways. Anybody got any other details they want to tell me about that I should know about? I sincerely hope you guys are building something or doing something, not just sitting there watching my boring, lame butt build. Daddy, you're watching me going, what the hell is that crazy Florida cracker doing now? I'm just going back over it. on the opposite end of the spectrum this time, just to try to see if maybe I can round out the a little better. Didn't really like the way it looked under the magnifying glass. That's a tiny little sucker there in the corner. Alright, that's better. That shows up a little better. You see that? Trying to get it to where you can see it. Alright, now I think I'm going to do black, and I'll probably dot a little bit of a yellow in there to make it look like the line for the gauge, just to give it that impression. Okay, I'll check that out. Thanks. No, I will definitely check that out. I appreciate that. Alright, so you know what? I'm going to go ahead and try to do this the way it's supposed to go up, which is go up and around. I really don't want to, but I'm going to. Alright, are we at that stage yet? No, we're not. Boo! Alright, I got to go back over the instructions. Not that I need them, but I want to go make sure I don't mess something up. Alright, I got everything that goes back on up there. This is all going to go on. So all this will be put on probably on Wednesday's show. I'll put all this back together. And then we'll be just about ready for decals in chrome, which isn't much chrome, by the way, guys, just in case anybody wants to know. There's not really much chrome on this. It's not like it was when I did the KW from Revell. It had two really long, or one of the dump truck, or fire trucks rather. It had a bunch of ums in it. So don't expect a whole lot of chrome out of it. And I kind of like the way it's starting to look here. I was gonna put chrome tanks on. I even had them aside. And I was going to put chrome air tanks on it, chrome fuel tanks on it. I was going to use different mirrors with antennas on them. With all their, nah. I'm going to build this just how it goes here, and we're going to go from there. I have decided that my next build may be starting sooner than I thought. I'm probably not going to even finish this one before I start my next one. Just so you guys have something else to go look at YouTube, or yeah, on the YouTube channel. I'm probably going to go ahead and start the 32. Chrysler. So you guys keep an eye out for that. That'll be coming out on the YouTube. I'll be recording that, probably not shooting it live, but I'll be recording that and putting it out. But thanks, Jeff. I will go look for the markers at Dollar General. I'm always there buying stuff. That's where I got all these little bottles for my paints and stuff, and that's where I got this little case here and this spindle here. All my tools are in. God, man, I got so many things from the dollar store. All these little shiners and stuff, adhesive sprays, and all these other things that I grabbed from the dollar store just in case I needed it. By the way, this is sold at the Dollar General, and it works amazing to adhere like material to a seat or to like a back wall or something of that nature that's not painted. It really works good. Yep. Oh, it's just like my Mack truck that I have, my Mack R. I turned it into my workhorse. And now it's going to be a steampunk build. I'm really excited about that steampunk build. I really want to get it started, but I don't know if I want to do it by myself. I need somebody to help me. I know. Get over it and get on with it. Let's get it done. All right. So now. Look at that. I'm telling you, all these pieces are like falling right into place. Why didn't my chassis do that and all my other stuff do that? I mean, it fell right on. It snapped right on. You know? Sometimes AMT can piss you off. Look at that. Snapped right on. Look at that. Oh, you really have to tug on it to get it to come off too, man. There was something else I didn't have to glue into place. What the heck was it? Oh, the front of the engine. The front engine mounts, they went snap into place. So this is literally, can still pick it up, but it went snap into place. I didn't glue the front engine mounts. I was like amazed. All right, so, but I'm going to glue this, just in case. I don't need my interior falling apart. All right, let's get some paint off of there first. Now that I know where it's going to go. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I do appreciate you guys popping in. Guess you guys are stalking me. Love it that you guys got your notifications on and can tell when I'm in. That's awesome, dudes. I love having visitors. I think that's what I like about YouTube. You guys pop in and I don't know you're coming. Surprise! We're here. Can run, but you can't hide. I still have to revisit the 40s Ford too, guys, just so you know. And somebody was asking me about the Freightliner camper the other day. I forget who it was. They want me to go back to that, which I'm going to be doing too. All the parts are still sitting here in the box. I just haven't touched it. I haven't had the time with everything else I've been doing. But soon I'll be doing that. Oh, and we decided on the green and black fifth wheel mounting bracket. Oops. Get back up there. And I left all my tires roll. All my tires roll on this one. They didn't use all my tires. Almost none of them my other trucks do. I glue them all still. All right. Let me get this and let me get my tip, which is usually right there. Get it. Yeah, I know. Rios and Max, they use a lot during logging out in the northwest, way northwest. I know they use them for logging a lot. And a lot of the older ones, too. I was watching, what was it, Axemen or something about a week ago, and this truck pulled up, and I'm damned if it wasn't a Mac R model, man, an older one. I was like, yeah. I was beat to crap, of course, you know what I mean? Works for me. I can handle that. I'm good for a couple of jokes, bro. I'm not worried about it. I know y'all love me. If you didn't love me, you wouldn't be coming. That is just watching me make me look like myself like an idiot. But hey, like I said, I loves my plastic. I loves the way I build, and I build for me. And I hope you guys like it. But if people don't like it, it's okay, guys. I can handle that. I can handle honesty. I don't expect you to sugarcoat anything. I am over the age of 21 by a little bit. You know, I feel I'm a little mature enough to know that, you know, constructive criticism always helps. You know, I just don't handle belligerent people, that's all. And that's in anything in life. Belligerent people and me, we don't get along. Not at all. Alright, so now that I got the glue on there, it does appear that it went down perfectly fine. Okay, so there's the front seat, number 1. And now we're going to do the jump seat, number 2. And that's another thing about these older models, these older rigs. They had big seats or little seats for the driver and jump seats for the passenger. That was pretty cool. I remember my dad having an old Mac R at his tow company. They used for moving big rigs and stuff around the tow yard. It was pretty cool driving it and watching my dad drive that thing. I was real young then. I think I drove my first rig at 15, maybe. No, I was driving the dump truck around I was driving my uncle's dump truck around the farm. Probably at about 14, 13, something of that nature. Now I know that this goes to the inside. I'll touch it up later. Well, again, guys, I can't say it enough. You have no idea how much it touches me that you guys actually come out and hang out and watch me build. And I never thought that I'd make so many great friends and / family, of course, you know what I mean. And be doing all of this. I really didn't. My wife and I were just talking the other day, about it. And, well, I was talking and she was listening. How about that? But yeah, I can't believe it's been a year now that I've been doing YouTube. And from the beginning to now is so much different, guys. I just looked at it again tonight. I was just so amazed on the difference, and even the way the screen looks, and how I talk to everybody, and how many times I say that kind of stuff that I've changed. I do still do the thing now and then, I can't lie, but it's one of those thought pattern things, I think, is what you get. Oh, I did say I want to do a little bit of the white trim here, like cleaning that up and tight. sand that down a little bit before I put it in there too. That's rough there. Okay, there we go. I want to do that one arm trim piece arm right there. I want it to be white. Yeah, there we go. That's working it. Just right on the edge there. Oh, that's pretty cool looking. If I stop talking, guys, I'm not ignoring you. I had a brain freeze, an old man brain freeze. Trying to do too many things at once. Yeah, that's going to look pretty good like that. Yeah, that came out nice, man. Can I see that one even? Oh, there it is. I'm trying to go this way though. Yeah, it's going to come out pretty nice. Touch it all up, make it all look great. Well, that one I went a little too far on. Alright. I'm glad you do, brother. I really am. I'm glad you do, man. I really try to make it, you know, it is about the fun of the build to me. And if we can joke around and horse around with each other without getting all butt hurt, it's all good for me. You know, all I expect is, you know, people to be nice. That's all I ask. You know what I mean? Even if you don't like somebody's build or they piss you off, I just be nice. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't cost anything. I mean, really. I mean, if people can't be nice, you know, that's why I say a lot in my videos, if you can't be nice, don't say nothing at all. And if you have to say something, it could cost you being a member. I mean, no, not you, you know what I mean. But that's why I say, you know, I try to make sure everybody reads the rules. They know I'm about the fun. They know there's only certain things that I won't allow. You know, I don't want to crap up our thing with all kinds of little, with all kinds of links to this one, that one, or the other one. I want to be able to post pictures, talk about the kits, have a little bit of fun. You know, maybe learn something from each other, you know, whether it be, you know, friends that grow, you know, better, or whether it just be acquaintances that, you know, does models that you like the way they build, whatever, you know. I don't expect everybody to get along 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I do expect them to respect each other. That's what I do expect. How about that? You can be mad at somebody all you want. Don't bring drama to that thing, to the group. Don't, you know, if it's not something that has to be aired out on the group for everybody to hear, PM me. We'll work it out. It's no big deal. Stuff happens. I get it. Well, I just figured out the dashboard snapped right back in place. Okay, so I'm ready with pretty much that. Excuse that white down there. I'm going to touch that up. That paint, that doesn't go there. That gets painted. But basically, I got the dashboard going. I'm trying to make it better for you. So there we go. So it's not too bad. So I'm going to do the black in a couple of minutes after I get all the seats made up. And I had my steering wheel out, I thought. No, there's a steering wheel. And I need the steering column, which I know is still on the sprue. So yeah, I already painted the steering wheel and everything. I already got that painted. I did the brown and the green on it. So it's ready to roll. Now what do I need? I need the, excuse me, I need the steering column, man. And all the foot pegs and stuff. There's the steering column over there. So I knew it was brown. What the heck was I doing in there? Oh, no, don't do that. And the stand for the seat. Pop that off of there. Yeah, I decided to go with the saddle brown just for general purpose of I wanted it brown and I didn't want it too dark. And now I know that if I come in and lighten it up a little bit, I'll be able to see the accents from just lightening it up on the dark. So that's a good thing. And the dashboard came out looking pretty good. But thank you. I do highly appreciate the heads up at the Dollar Tree. I definitely got to look for that. If you wouldn't mind, if you got one, would you do me a favor and shoot me a picture to it? If you wouldn't mind. I'd appreciate that, Jeff. So I know exactly what I'm looking for. Because I do like the way yours turned out. Your fire truck bed turned out great, brother. And I don't mind telling you, you did a great job. Oh, come on. Starting to drop stuff, fellas. Alright, so I'm going to get the seat together, and then I'll sand it down so that it sits properly. Alright. Oh, I forgot to put my pin in again. I gotta keep remembering to do that. This light isn't bothering you guys, is it? I can turn the one on over there that's not quite right in front of you guys if it is. It's just a little helper light for my old butt. Glue wasn't coming out. Come on. I'm trying not to put a lot of glue on this little piece. There we go. But I do. I really appreciate that, Jeff, that you like coming here. I do, brother. That you like the group. I try hard to make sure it's fun. I try hard to make sure that the Model Asylum feels the same way. The guys at the Model Asylum, I try my best to make everybody fit in and help everybody fit in and make sure they're feel welcome. That's all I want, you know. It's a welcome environment. Come hang out, throw some plastic, talk some BS, just be polite, be courteous. And like I said, you know, I've had people literally leave the group without me ever having to say anything because of something they said or did. And I appreciate. I get text all the time. Oh, hey man, I said this on this group, and you know, I may be banned from Facebook for blah blah blah. I don't, you know, that's fine. That doesn't happen on my group. I'm not worried about it. You know, that's fine. I appreciate you guys letting me know and telling me what's going on. But if it didn't happen on my group, guys, you ain't gotta worry about it unless it physically affects us, like the last time on TMA. Somebody did the boo boo, and we all paid for it. So I don't know who. I never did find out, and I really don't care. You know, that's why I tell everybody, just behave out there, man. You know, you never know what's going to happen if you're saying something. They could block you from all of your groups, man. I mean, really. It's like they have the power. All right, so now that should go right into there perfectly. Come on, now I trimmed you right. Is there a slot? No, there's not a slot. So that's supposed to go right on that, just like that, perfectly like that. So we need to clean that out a little bit, but I need to finish off that first. All right, I want to build the seats first, and I'll put the steering wheel together, and then we'll go from there. But I'm not going to be on too much more longer, guys. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me, man. It was like, I only tagged Paul and messaged Paul and Robert. I didn't realize all you guys would have your notifications turned on. That's amazing, guys. That's awesome. I appreciate that too. You know, that makes me feel important enough to you guys to want to know when I'm in and out. Okay, yeah, you let me know about that. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. You know, I mean, if you're doing so much on the interior or something, or even like doing beds and stuff on a sleeper, no one's gonna see it unless you make a door open, and that's a totally different step to building. It's not like just building the kit anymore. Now you're fabricating, you're customizing, you're literally doing scratch building on things. You know what I mean? That totally takes it to a different level. You know, and that's what I love about this group. We all do different things. You know, I mean, I don't mind scratch building. I haven't done a lot of it. I did a couple of kit bashes recently, which I thought were pretty cool. I'd never done that before. You know, hell, I'm building a tank. I'd never done that before. Yeah, you can PM me, brother. No problem. No problem. Do you want to PM me now, or do you want to PM me in the morning, Jeff? You just want to wait till I say good morning to you. What do you want to do, brother? You work tomorrow? I mean, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm kind of taking the day off from streaming. Is all I'm really doing, and doing shows. I'm planning on doing a few things around here. I got to start getting some Christmas stuff out and Thanksgiving stuff out. My wife wants, and we're trying to purge some paperwork off of our back porch, so I don't have a lot to move to Tennessee when we move. But that really does seem to be our plan. We're out of here for Tennessee sometime in the next couple of years. So, and if I know my wife, she keeps telling me we're gonna get a nice little spot somewhere in the woods, and hopefully it'll have a couple of outbuildings. We only want like a 2-bedroom, something small. Can be a cabin crap for all I care. Fix up my trailer, and we could live in my trailer for a couple of years till we have something built and ready to go. You know. So who knows what'll happen there. All right, so now I got to figure out where this went. on the floor so that I can clean that spot out too. Okay, so I see that there. So let me mark that out. Jeff, did you just PM me? Well, give me a second here, brother. That's a totally different app. Minimize that down, come over here, and go back on the messenger. Messenger. Nope, I got nothing from them, I think. Hey, Miss Amy, if you see this, honey, it wasn't nothing personal removing your post because it had a link, sweetie. That's all it was. And I didn't, I don't want anybody to think I'm playing favoritism to nobody, so I removed your post. I was glad you went ahead and reposted. I figured you would. So if you're seeing this, my darling, or if you see this, darling, it was nothing personal, I promise. We love your builds, and I love your builds. That's all it was. I was not going to play any favoritisms. Anybody puts out a link without discussing with Paul, myself, or Sam, and it gets booted. You guys want to put something out, you guys got to discuss it with me and Paul first, Speaking of Sam, has anybody seen Sam on for a while? I know he was sick and not feeling good. I'm just hoping that he didn't turn to the worst. I PM'd him like twice so far, and he hasn't said nothing. So, Sam, if you're watching this, brother, I miss you, man. Let me know you're okay. I don't know why I'm back at this. I'm really just looking for things to do because I'm waiting for the seats to dry. I always do that. My head leans, so everything leans the first time I look at it. I notice it's leaning. Everything I build. I always got to go back and straighten it up after I said it. Alright, there we go. Alright, so that's done, that's done, that's done. That needs to be done more. That needs to be done more with. I need to put the steering wheel on, which I'm not doing right now until I do more with that. So there's your basic interior. I need the pedals and stuff is what I need. And then I'm going to go ahead and once I get this, what I'll do is tomorrow I'll probably put all this together, put the sleeper together, and get my brackets on and touch that up so we can move along on this build. Okay, yeah, no problem, bro. No problem. Anytime. Jeff, anytime, bro. No problem. No problem. Like I said, I don't have my phone working, but as long as I'm here, yeah, I can catch it right away. Otherwise, it'll be in the morning when I come see it. So if you hit me right away when we're done here, I'll be glad to discuss whatever it is with you. Not a problem, brother. Not a problem at all. Alright, so now I see that the firewall goes on with it, as well as the heating, which I just saw. There it is. The heater core. I think I want to do. That's a battery. That's not a heater core. What's the heater core? That I know it's white because I haven't painted it yet. Maybe I just threw it in the box because it was stuck into the side, but I'll find it. I got to put the heater core in, but otherwise we're good. All right, so we're working on the interior, so let me go to that. And tomorrow when I get up, like I said, I just got a few things to do in the morning, and then I'll be probably doing a little bit of work here, and then I'll be done for the day. Alright, so it's showing me to put that all in there, that together. I know that. Okay, so I know basically where everything already goes on this. So I don't really need the instructions, but it's nice to have them around. So now I gotta find all my pedals, which I know are gonna be some in here. Actually, I'm wrong. They're not in here. Well, I gotta put them on too. I gotta keep those out. I keep forgetting to put them on. I want to fill that tank too, dang it. Those are lights or caps. Those are caps for the wheels. Dang it. Alright guys, it's after 11. I appreciate you coming in and hanging. I don't know who's still here, but I know that Paul came in, Matt came in, Jeff came in. You guys are awesome. I appreciate you. Like I said, when I jumped on here, I really wasn't intending on doing anything spectacular with a show or anything, but you guys were here, so I went ahead and did it. Rob's gonna be mad at me in the morning. But I did try to tell him about 3 to 5 minutes before I came on that I was going on. So hopefully he I'm just trying to trim stuff up so it goes all in one bag here, so I don't lose anything. I gotta put stuff away because of my cat. She likes to get up here and play with stuff. So I appreciate you guys a lot for coming in and hanging out. Jeff, give me like 5 minutes, and I'll be off and be done with the recording and doing the end scene. So I appreciate you guys. You guys have a great night. I will definitely see you Wednesday and maybe even tomorrow afternoon late or tomorrow evening or something maybe. If I got to get my plastic fixed every day, so the one I didn't PM to was Dave, which I probably should have, because he probably would have came in. He's probably up. He just don't have the notifications turned on, or he's not up and he didn't hear it. So I'm just kind of cleaning up as I'm talking here because I know that I got to clean this up to get it to glue to the bottom of the window. So I'll try to clean it up a bit. So I just gotta love that sound. Alright, that's good. Now does the, where's it at? What did I do? I already put it away? Good. Alright, oh no, there it is right in front of me. Alright, does this sit down on that part too? Or is it just the front right there? Okay, so it's just around that edge right there. Okay, so cool, I need to clean that edge off here and here. I think that's got that. Alright, oh, I need to go a little further, it looks like, maybe. Yep. Alright. So yeah, like, subscribe, share, follow, hit that notification button, and hit that bell, guys. Whatever you got to do to make sure you know that I'm here. Jeff, again, I appreciate you patronage to me and to the channel, brother, and your friendship. I do appreciate it. I'm glad you enjoy the group, and I hope you keep enjoying the group for a very long time to come, where it's only going to get bigger, whether it be one member a month or whatever. In the next 5-10 years, we'll have we'll have an upkeep of friends and family, I'm sure. We'll get more and more and more as we go. My videos will get much better. Like I say, I don't hide oopses, and look, I even call myself out on oopses when I have a problem with a kit. So I don't hide anything. I don't do all the entertainment thing and all that crap. Maybe someday if I get to be, some big guru, yeah, right, okay. Maybe I'll make some ads or something. I'll charge for ads or something. Yeah, right, okay. I don't foresee me doing that either, guys, just so you know. Number one, they want 1,000 subscribers, and they want like 400,000 watched hours or some crap, or 400,000 watched, whatever. Yeah, okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm at like probably 300 or 400 already. I mean, watched hours. That's a lot to me, anyways. And that means I got a lot of people. Some of my videos get watched more than others. Like I got a couple of videos and they're like 700 views. So, which is pretty cool. Nothing's viral, but at least it's getting views. That's all I can say. People are watching stuff. And like I said, I'm just trying to clean up as I go along, guys, here, just because I know what's going to happen. And then I'll touch it up once I get it into the... Yeah, see, that goes just like that. Alright, guys. I'll yell at you guys later on, okay? Well, then at night, then I will have to make sure to do more of these YouTubes at night, Jeff. To be able to get you to come in and hang with me, brother. Guys, I appreciate you. Love you. I will see you guys on the next one, either on Facebook or here on live. Thank you again for coming in, but I'm out of here. I'm getting tired. I did want to show everybody what the deal was. I literally had my truck, as you can see, all the parts along. I had the base truck built, and I was getting ready to add the interior, the cab, and the sleeper, and be done with that part of it, have it all set and done, and I ran into the chassis problem. So just be aware, AMT kits, they are very, very difficult sometimes, depending on, which one you get. Some of them are better than others, but just remember, take it nice and easy and slow, and you'll figure anything out, and you can always work it out. It's only plastic, guys. You can always make your own. If you need to make a part that wasn't there, or you can always move something wherever you want to. The sky's the limit. You can do whatever you want to with plastic. You know, a few sheets of styrene, some wheels, some tubing, and you got yourself a kit. I mean, really. All right, guys, I'm out of here. You guys have a good night, and I'll be back on sometime real soon. Appreciate you guys. I'm out of here.